Hello friends, welcome to Dan Law. In today's lecture series we are going to study case law on section 156. As already I had discussed section 156, which I will provide you link in description. Section 156 basically talks about the investigation, the rights of investigation in cognizable cases which police have. So section 156 clause 1, police may investigate any case on the basis of information of cognizable offense. Or under 156 clause 2, it makes clear that irregularity in investigation will not vitiate the trial. मीन्स इरेगुलरिटी अगर इन्वेस्टिगेशन में हो रहा है तो कोई उसमें ट्रायल को कोई उसको विसिएट नहीं कर सकता है. करने का मतलब दैट कैन नॉट बी डिस्ट्रॉय और इम्पेयर ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द लीगल वैलिडिटी. एंड सेक्शन 156 क्लॉज 3, as you know, any magistrate empowered under section 190 may order such an investigation as above mentioned. So section 190 भी मैंने बता रखा है, ऑलरेडी आई हैड डिस्कस्ड दिस सेक्शन. तो ये सेक्शन आप देख सकते हैं जाकर. उसमें क्या है कि मजिस्ट्रेट को पावर होता है कि वो केस को कॉग्निजेंस में ले जब उसके पास कंप्लेंट आता है अंडर सेक्शन 200 से लेकर 203 के बीच में जो डिस्कस किया गया है. तो उसके बाद ये कॉग्निजेंस में लेता है सेक्शन 190 के अंदर, और फिर उसके बाद वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए सेक्शन 156. बेसिकली सेक्शन 156 टॉक्स अबाउट द इन्वेस्टिगेशन रिगार्डिंग इन्वेस्टिगेशन of the cognizable cases. So police have a power in this. So police may take investigation by their own side or by empowered under section 190, where the investigation process is done by the police, by magistrate concerned. So come to some case laws. Case law is H.N. Rishwant versus State of Delhi, All India Record 1995 case law. So here it has been said section 156 clause 2, section 156 clause 2 makes it clear that any irregularity in investigation will not vitiate the trial. Means अगर कोई irregularity हो रहा है, if there is any irregularity in investigation, then इन्वेस्टिगेशन विल नॉट विसिएट द ट्रायल. जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है वो ट्रायल को डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं करेगा, इम्पेयर नहीं करेगा लीगल वैलिडिटी के लिए, कि मतलब इसका कोई लीगल वैलिडिटी नहीं है, अब इसको अब इन्वेस्टिगेशन को विसिएट कर दो. तो सेक्शन 156 क्लॉज 2 बिल्कुल क्लियर करता है 156 क्लॉज 2 की दैट मेक इट्स क्लियर दैट एनी इरेगुलरिटी इन्वेस्टिगेशन विल नॉट विसिएट द ट्रायल. कोई इरेगुलरिटी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में हो रहा है तो ट्रायल को कभी ख़त्म नहीं किया जाएगा, समाप्त नहीं किया जाएगा, यानी कि डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं किया जाएगा ट्रायल को. नाउ कम टू नेक्स्ट केस लॉ, बलवीर सिंह वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ दिल्ली. इवन इफ एन FIR हैज़ बीन रजिस्टर्ड and even if the police has made the investigation or is actually making the investigation which the aggrieved person feels is not proper, such a person can approach the magistrate under section 156 clause 3, and if the magistrate is satisfied he can order a proper investigation and take suitable steps. As I had said you that as FIR has been registered and even if the police has made investigation, FIR has been registered, police made the investigation, and the investigation if it is not proper, as it feels by the aggrieved person that investigation is done by the police officer is not proper, then such a person can approach the magistrate under section 156, because under section 156 clause 3 that person may approach to the magistrate, may give power to again investigate to the police officer as the complaint is done by the aggrieved person. Then if aggrieved person did not satisfied by the investigation, prior investigation which is done by the police officer, then basically it talks about the section 156 clause 3. What is the procedure of section 156 clause 3? Okay, this case law is Srinivas Gundluri versus SEPCO Electronic Power Construction Corporation. This is the case of 2010. Okay, so even in this case it has been said, even if a complaint is filed, then also magistrate, instead of taking cognizance on complaint, can order investigation under section 156 clause 3. Suppose complaint is done to the magistrate, and instead of taking cognizance on the complaint, a magistrate can order investigation to the police under section 156 clause 3, because might be the magistrate wanted prior investigation on certain case law, then magistrate have power to investigate first instead of taking cognizance of complaint. So this is said in case law Srinivas Gundluri versus SEPCO Electric Power Construction Corporation. The case law is Sakiri Vasu versus State of Uttar Pradesh 2008 case, and in the same case Sudhir Vaskar Rao Tamle versus Hemant Yaswant Dhage. This is the case of 2016. In both case, the reference of both case, the judgment is given like in this case the interpretation is the magistrate also has the implied and incidental powers to make any express power effective. When the magistrate orders investigation under section 156 clause 3 and police officer does not investigate or investigates improperly, then there is no need to approach high courts under section 482, where the inherent power of the high court of this code, or under article 226 of the constitution, magistrate himself has incidental power to pass another order of investigation or proper investigation under section 156 clause 3. This does not mean the magistrate will interfere in the investigation. Okay, suppose complaint is done to the magistrate and magistrate given power to the police in charge of the police station that they should do investigation under section 156 clause 3, but they didn't do proper investigation under section 156 clause 3. Then aggrieved party cannot approach to the high court, means police officer if they does not investigate improperly, then there is no need to approach directly to the high court, like where the high court have inherent power under section 482 of CRPC 482 or under article 226 of the Constitution of India, where the provision of writ has been given. So in this case it has been said, if investigation is not done by the police properly, then the magistrate can pass another order of investigation in this case. So this does not mean that magistrate will interfere in investigation. So magistrate passed another order of investigation under this case, and it does not mean that magistrate is going to take the case and magistrate is going to interference in the investigation. Investigation is done by the police officer only, but magistrate may approach again to the police in charge of the police station for investigation. Okay, there is no need to go under section 482 of CRPC and under article 226 of the Constitution of India. So the next case law is AR Anturi versus RS Naik, and in the same case P Ramachandra Rao versus State of Karnataka. The court shall not interfere in the investigation proceedings, as that is the prerogative of the executive, as this means that the court shall not interfere in the investigation proceeding. That is prerogative of executive means it is a right of executive, the power of investigation under section 156, that is given to the police in charge of the police station, and police will do that investigation under section 156. So under clause 3 also the police will do investigation, so there is no interference of court. Under this case law it has been mentioned. Now come to the next case law. The next case law is Suresh Chandra Jain versus State of Madhya Pradesh 1001 का केस है ये. So in this case it has been said Supreme Court held that the magistrate has the authority to treat application under section 156 clause 3 as a complaint. So the magistrate has the authority to treat application under section 156 clause 3 as the magistrate give direction for the investigation under 56 clause 3 to the police, because it is treated as a complaint which is done by the aggrieved party. Maybe there will be not a proper investigation, or it might be there will be no any investigation took place in aggrieved party case. So this application will be treated as a complaint, and under 156 clause 3 application will be treated as a complaint, and the magistrate has the authority that magistrate can take it as a complaint, because under section 156 clause 3 magistrate have their own power. That's why the magistrate given advice regarding investigation, and magistrate given empower the investigation under section 156 to the police regarding the complaint which is done by the complainant to the court. So thanks for watching. This is Deepak Anand Nandan, professionally known as Nandan, signing off.